to the Acoustic Shop channel. I am John, and this is Jeremy. Today, we are going to be talking about guitars.
Are these the same guitars?
They are not the same guitars. They are, but they aren't. This is actually going to be a really cool video all about the difference between Sinker Mahogany and regular mahogany. Does it make a difference? We're going to find out right after this.
You decide.
Well, one more time, Jeremy, we are back to talk about guitars. I know it's your favorite subject. You know why? Because you've learned to play guitar.
I don't even know why I picked up the mandolin to start with. I should have just started with guitar and stuck with it, because it is the ultimate instrument in the world.
Wow, I can't believe you admitted to that.
I just knew that's what you were going to say anyway, so I preempted it.
Preempted it. Good. Well, there you go. It is.
And I'm a loser for playing the mandolin. Blah, blah, blah.
There you go. We're going to be talking about Sinker Mahogany versus regular mahogany, because we have two very special guitars and happen to come in at the same time. So I'm really excited about that. Before we get into the details of this, though, I do want to encourage you guys to please subscribe and like this channel.
That sounds more like imploring than encouraging.
I'm going to beg you all.
Won't you please subscribe to this YouTube channel?
I'm going to get down on a knee.
And not only that, share it with everyone you know.
That's right.
Your grandparents, your grandchildren, everyone should know about this channel, and you can make the difference.
That's right. So you can do that. Also, please engage with us on here. If you see anything you'd like, do the thumbs up, do the thumbs down, whatever you want to do. I hope it's more thumbs up than down.
Let's not even give them the option of a thumbs down.
Okay, there you go. And comment as well, because we get a chance to kind of talk with you, see what you guys are interested in. If you guys have a guitar or something that you want to see demoed, please put that in the comments.
We have an entire team of 50 people that
50.
monitor comments on YouTube and make sure that they get to the appropriate person for the right answer. So all 50 of those people are waiting right now for you to say something in the comments. And we got to sound bigger than we are.
As always, we do have an entire performance video for those of you who do not want to listen to us talk, where you can see the link down below. We actually did a cool tune called Home Sweet Home.
I wrote it.
Did you really?
Yes.
It's not true. Anyway, as well as you can also find the link down below to skip all of the talking about the details of these two guitars, which we are going to get into very shortly, and go directly to the tone comparison, the shootout, if you will, the very last hurrah of one of these guitars. One of these is going down today, Jeremy.
It is the big reason that we're doing this video, is to hear the difference. First, we're going to talk about the difference, though, because that's what we do.
You know what's going to happen is actually this is going to have consequences. The guitar that turns out the worst, we're going to smash it on the floor.
But we're going to let you guys vote. No, so what is, okay, so we got Sinker Mahogany and a standard mahogany.
Yeah, Honda and mahogany.
Both of them, these two are both going to be the same species of mahogany, or do you know that?
They are. I would assume they are the same species. You know, honestly, I don't know. I just know this is Sinker Mahogany. This is the Honda mahogany.
So Sinker Mahogany is kind of a catchphrase for, or Sinker anything. They have Sinker Rosewood, Sinker Cedar. It's basically way back in the log booming days, before they really trucked most of the logs to the mill. They would normally cut near a river, roll them down to the river, and then float down the river on these giant flotation. Yeah, the cool thing is we used to play a log boom event every year, which was kind of commemorating what these guys did. And they would basically ride on top of these logs, floating them down the river with these spikes to keep them kind of corralled.
Yep.
But some of them became waterlogged, got heavy, or maybe they were more dense, and they sunk to the bottom of the river.
That's right.
Which, in most cases, these are pretty cold water rivers, and preserve the wood in pristine condition. And the other cool byproduct of that is the wood being some organic material that has a porous material, it would soak up a lot of minerals the actual soil and mud and gunk.
Gain some of the actual mineral content of that region.
Let's give it a character look, and we're finding out today a character tone.
Yes, it does. And we're wanting to know today, does it make a big difference? Right now, Sinker Mahogany in mahogany dreads has become like the big catchphrase. I want to know what you guys think. I know what I think. We've kind of been doing some. We're going to be doing some comparisons. Maybe I'll change my mind here today. I don't know.
We're going to put a blindfold on you so you don't know.
Ooh, that would be really cool. So anyway, we're going to be talking about Sinker Mahogany versus regular mahogany. What is really cool is this is on, as you all know, one of my favorite guitar builders out there, Thompson Guitars. And we had both of these being built at the same time. So I decided that I would build them in the same spec. except for a couple, two very minor differences. The one is Sinker Mahogany versus regular. The other one was an overlay, and it's just cosmetic. That one has tortoiseshell overlay. This one has
Kind of
ebony
throw off
overlay.
the scientific
I know.
nature of this. It could be the overlay making a big tonal change.
Could be. So both cases on these are Adirondack spruce top with this gorgeous risen sunburst. I just love this burst. It looks great on mahogany. It has the purfling that goes all the way from the fretboard all the way through the peg head. Looks great. In that case, it's on top of the tortoiseshell binding. In this case, on the ebony. Other than that, identical guitars. They're braced the same. They are set up the same. It's just going to be the difference between the woods, and we're going to see how much of a difference it makes.
Again, so that's just going to be the back and sides. So there's been some debate on how big a difference the sides or back really make. The top is going to give you probably the biggest tonal changes if you go to a cedar or go into Adirondack spruce. But we already know a pretty big difference between mahogany and rosewood. Now we're fine tuning even farther from mahogany to Sinker Mahogany.
Absolutely.
And I'm curious whether we're going to hear a big difference and if we both pick the same guitar, and then what the viewers pick, because we've done some of these experiments with the torrefied tops and a few different ones where we had some pretty surprising results on them.
Absolutely.
So I'm looking forward to seeing what this
And we're going to
comes
find
up
out whether it also translates into the room or onto camera, because we have noticed that too. Sometimes in the room has a little bit different feel than what it has by listening on your computer speakers or even in headphones or in studio monitors. So we're going to find out how much that translates as well. But we do have matched sets of speakers, very similar mic position.
Yep.
Well, in this case, it will be the same because I will be playing both of them at the same
So we can't say that it's my right-hand technique, because I pull like incredible tone.
The best.
On this guitar.
He does. Well, it's pretty darn good tone, actually, Jeremy. You do a good job.
I sound like a mandolin player playing a guitar,
You
but it's all
sound
right.
pretty darn good for a mandolin player playing a guitar.
It's a little different approach. We approach I'm used to doubled strings. Is what it is.
Oh, there you go. So these, honestly, before we start on this, I do want to say these are two of my favorite guitars that have been in here. I've been playing both of them for
We
the
were a
last
little
couple
nervous.
days.
I think, was it this one that showed up first?
No, this one showed
That
up first.
And normally, when we get Preston Thompson guitars in here, they last maybe a few days. So like, there's no way that's going to still be here by the time this one arrives next week to be able to do this comparison. Somehow we lucked out; it hasn't sold yet. But
Is that lucky or is that?
for this case, because we know it'll probably sell next week. But they sell really quick, so being able to have both of them in the shop is a really cool thing to do this comparison video.
Absolutely. Both of them very, very powerful dreads. I think if you're looking for a mahogany flat picking dreadnought, either one of these is going to be a absolute cannon in your hands. You will be very impressed with it. So anyway, what we should probably do right now is get to the demo. So we're going to start working on how we're going to make that happen, and stick around because it's about to happen next. Well, Jeremy, we just did that.
We've done it before and we've done it again.
All right, we did it again. There
By
you go.
golly, you did a good job. So this was an interesting comparison, a little more subtle, I think, than some of the other
Very
ones we've
subtle.
done.
Very, very subtle.
We did one on a neck joint. That was kind of a subtle difference, but actually,
I think
it
this
turned
was
out to
even
be,
more
yes,
subtle
I was
than
going to say
that.
that one turned out a little bit more dramatic than this one did. So what are your conclusions? You did the big demo, side by side, back and forth. That was cool.
Do we
Like,
save
in the
mine
middle-
for
in the
last
middle
or
of that
yours
song-
first? Because we all know mine is the opinion that
In the
counts
middle
the
of that
most.
song, while people were watching, John was actually switching guitars very fast in the middle of that.
I can do it without missing a beat.
So he only got to play like 6 bars at a time and then switch
That's
guitars.
crazy.
Anyway, I can do mine first, then you give me the big conclusion.
It
since
doesn't
you're-
really matter.
You're the expert.
No, it doesn't really matter.
I played both of them just now.
What you're holding right now is the standard mahogany.
Standard Mahogany. Okay.
Okay.
That surprised me because I almost thought this was the Sinker. To me, this had a little bit more punch, definition in it. That one, this one felt a little bit like when I'm looking for a new mandolin, I look for one that's a little bit tight, knowing that it has articulation. You have definition of the notes because I know years down the road those things they stay there, and then you develop like this big body to it as it opens up. So I kind of look for one that's really articulate to begin with, knowing it's going to get more bass end. So this one seemed to have that really tight definition, where when I was playing that one, it seemed big. It felt like it was already open and resonant and maybe not as much definition to me.
Okay. I think I hear what you're talking about, and I
take
hear it as two different things. Yeah, you hear that.
Full range, and this one's a little bit more.
So here's what I hear. In the standard mahogany, I think it's rounder, a little more warmth to it, a little bit more low end. The higher note string, or the strings on the higher notes on the higher string tend to be a little more rounded, a little bit more punchy. And I may switch back and forth to kind of hear some of that again here. Whereas the Sinker Mahogany, it is harder, and it makes sense in my mind why this is for me. Because it has more mineral content, it is a little bit harder, and things resonate and bounce off of it a little bit more. So I think there's more sustain.
Some here is more sustained.
And it has a more brightness, more sparkle, where that has that warmth, yeah. So there's a little bit of that. It's almost, but then again, here's what I think is really cool about it, is this one jumps out of the guitar. I mean, well, I've always said Adirondack spruce kind of makes notes jump out of the guitar. This one almost just explodes out of the guitar. So on those individual strings, it did that. Where switch me real quick, and I'll do the same sort of deal, trying not to smack anything.
Definitely had
see-
more sustain on like a bigger sound to it. For me, I
jumps
almost
out.
hear a little more definition on those.
Definition, more roundness to the tone, a little bit sweeter tone. I think they're both really, really great. Again, if you're looking
Now
for
I'm
something
gonna do that lick.
Go ahead. Perfect. I like the head movements that go with it. Anyway, for my personal taste, again, if I was forced to choose one, I think, first of all, I will take either one of these. Jeremy, if you want to zero either one of these out and put it in my
I'll consider
arsenal,
it. I'll consider that.
I would
yes.
really appreciate that.
And you'll be happy with whichever one you get, is what you're saying.
That's exactly what I'm saying. I think they're both going to end up being incredible. The subtle difference is very, very subtle, and it's not like it just totally changed. There is an attack that happens with the Sinker Mahogany that just kind of, like I said, explodes out of the guitar.
Another
where this one
consideration
just
I don't know that
jumps.
we went into is just you will get some of that coloration, a little
Yeah,
bit more.
it is beautiful.
Look to it too. So there may be some value
More
in
figuring.
the figuring and the appearance.
But just from a sound standpoint, I would say that I think that the standard mahogany gives you a little bit more warmth, a little softer tone with a little just overall fullness, where that one has just the attack and it's just ready to command your attention. So that would be my big differences between the two.
What are we talking, Preston Thompson wise, cost difference between the two?
It all depends. I believe this one is right around $600 difference. Again, I'm not positive on that.
every maker is going to be a little bit different,
Every
but-
one is going to be different. So,
And also when you're selecting, like the cool thing with working with a lot of these smaller builders is you get to actually select different sets, and some of those will be priced different based on the quality of the wood they're using.
And they keep going up. Sorry, guys. I had another meeting recently with Thompson, and costs are going up. Even though the pricing is where it is right now, they know that the woods are keep going up. So if you're looking for those custom
You've got to
shop woods,
assume that if the price of a pine 2x4 doubled in cost, that some figured Sinker Mahogany and Adirondacks
these costs are definitely going up. And I think you're seeing that across a lot of different manufacturers. By the time they get built, you guys know this, if you put in an order today, it's 18 months to 2 years before you'll see a guitar. And in that time, a lot of things can happen. And obviously, a lot of these companies cannot absorb those costs. So it is definitely going to be something to kind of work through. So again, I love doing this. This is my favorite thing, is building these guitars with people. This one, the Sinker Mahogany is officially spoken for, although he's kind of decided he might be a rosewood guy. So it might actually be on the website very soon. We don't know. We'll find out very soon. Either way, somebody's going to end up with an amazing guitar with either one of these. In fact, I think these are two of the best mahogany guitars we've had in the shop.
And now for the interesting part, people at home watching this video, give us your impressions. Did they match? Like, I felt this one almost was a little bit bigger. It sounds like you almost thought the standard mahogany was a little bit thicker. So we're hearing things slightly different. What did you guys think? What's your favorite? Do you think the upgrade in price is worth it on the Sinker? And if you had a choice between the two guitars, which one? Actually, you do have a choice. Choose which one you're going to buy.
Buy it. Put it in
just
the
go ahead and put it in the shopping cart. And
get it out of here.
that's the ultimate like proof that you wanted that guitar as you made the purchase. So.
There you go. Both great guitars. Can't go wrong. Yeah, there you go. Sinker versus mahogany, regular mahogany. They're both great.
Hey, we really appreciate you guys watching that video. It was my favorite one we've made so far. We've done hundreds of videos, and that was the best one.
It was.
And the next one's going to be even better. If you'd like to see that, be sure you subscribe to this channel. And also, the more you comment and interact below, the more the YouTube algorithms pick it up and start pushing it out to other people, like-minded people.
Algorithms?
Algorithms, they're everywhere. They permeate the internet, and YouTube's got one, and it watches our videos, and it sees how much you comment, and then it pushes us to other people like you. And we want everyone to experience the acoustic shop world, where we talk about instruments, we do reviews, we got some fun videos coming up. We thank you guys so much for being a part of it, and we'll see you in the next video.